Alrighty, guys, so I just came back from watching Godzilla King of the Monsters, and I must say that this movie is definitely fun. It's just packed with a lot of action, a lot of battles. It's just everything that you would have wished in a Godzilla movie if you're a Godzilla fan. And I think this definitely hits the OG spots because this movie just has so many Easter eggs with the OG roar of Godzilla and so many other small Easter eggs that if you're a true Godzilla fan or just a Godzilla fan that grew up, as a kid watching Godzilla, then you'll understand so many things that this movie is trying to reference as Easter eggs and just like small things that you gotta catch. And I definitely had a blast, guys. So if you're a Godzilla fan and you're looking just for a lot of action, this is the movie for you. I'm telling you, this is the movie that we as Godzilla fans, we've been waiting for many, many years. It's been like 5 years since 2014, I think. And I think Michael Dougherty definitely delivered as he promised us on the signs, roars, music, just the environment. Like when you're watching this movie, you really feel how big Godzilla, King Ghidorah, and all of the other kaijus are. You definitely get a sense of scale in this movie. The destruction just takes it to the whole level right here. But to my eyes, I think the people who are going to have the most fun and enjoy this movie the most, that's going to be people who are actually fans of Godzilla, someone who understands the past and the future of Godzilla. And people in general, I'm not sure if they're going to understand the movie or have a blast like we did, but from what I can tell, people are reacting very good to this movie, even if they're not a fan of Godzilla and all that. They definitely have positive thoughts about this movie. But I definitely, guys, I enjoy this movie. And there was a few surprises here and there that I just couldn't believe it. And man, I just wanted to cry like in tears of joy because of how good this movie was. Like it just hit like the memory spot to me watching like every single moment, the music, the roars, just Godzilla, the changes, like those small designs really hit my heart. As when I was like a little kid growing up with Godzilla, it was everything to me, and it made me remember like when I was a little kid. And I'm sure a lot of people felt like little kids watching this movie, where you just go in. And it's crazy because we started watching Godzilla as kids, and now today we're adults. Everyone who was once a kid, we're now adults, and it's just crazy how it hits all of the memories. I definitely just love this movie. And I gotta say, Michael Dougherty did justice to every single design and every single Titan, including Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Rodan, and the other Titans, of course, which I will not talk about in this video because I don't want to spoil anything yet for you guys. Now, did this movie actually deliver on everything that we were expecting? In my book, yes, I think this movie definitely did a fantastic job with the storytelling. I know a lot of people were complaining that the story was soft and all that, but in my case, it definitely wasn't soft. And I think people are confused because you have to read Aftershock to understand what's going on. But I do understand why people could be confused going into this movie, and they might be like, what? Like, what's going on between this character and all of that? But you definitely have to see Godzilla 2014, and you have to read Aftershock to understand and get a better background story as to what's going on and why Godzilla has a change with his dorsal plates. I definitely know why. If you guys want me to tell you in the second video that I will be talking about full on spoilers and everything, I can do that. But to me, this movie, it wasn't confusing at all. I think this movie plays a big role, and I just love the message of this movie, where it's humans that we always think we're in control of everything, that we can do and kill, remove, and do whatever we want just because we're humans and we dominate more than anything on Earth. And that is not true. I think they definitely deliver on the storytelling with the message that nature is always going to rule over humans, and no matter how hard we humans try, we're never going to overtake nature, because without nature, humans would not survive. And that's exactly what happens. It's like nature and the Titans. Without the Titans, we just wouldn't be alive on this world right now. And I definitely like how Michael Dougherty applied that to this story. And I understand that some people might be saying that the story sucks or that the movie didn't have a lot of action, but I don't know what you guys are talking about because this movie has a lot of action in 2014. Um, that's something else that you see a big difference between 2014 and 2019 right here. There's more action, there's more kaiju, you see more Godzilla than we saw back in 2014. So for all those people complaining that 2014 didn't have any action or that 2014 was hiding Godzilla and the Mutos a lot, this movie is the opposite. They're not trying to hide the kaijus. Everyone knows that monsters or titans actually exist and the world is at risk thanks to Ghidorah and every single titan just loose out there. And as you're watching this movie, it definitely feels like you're watching a Toho movie in modern day with a lot of good CGI. And that's something else that I did notice. The CGI is definitely improved. I couldn't tell what was fake and what was not fake in this movie. If you're a Godzilla fan, I recommend you to go watch this movie as soon as possible because you're gonna be surprised, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be super hyped just watching this movie because it's everything that you always wanted as a child, as a teenager, or just everything you wanted in a Godzilla movie. This is the ultimate Godzilla experience that you will ever get today. And I think this definitely beats every single movie out there. In my book, in my mind, this is my personal opinion. This definitely beats Godzilla 2014, even Shin Godzilla. It puts those two movies down to shame. And I'm not saying that 2014 was bad or that Shin Godzilla was bad, but there's no comparison because you have the best titans in this movie: Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah. Like, what else can you ask for? And the additional titans that I was surprised. I'm definitely super surprised about that. And all of this, I think we owe it to Gareth Edward for starting off with Godzilla 2014. I think he set the point and the goal of making more Godzilla movies because without that, I don't think Godzilla would be going right now. And that made Toho make Shin Godzilla. Now, I don't know what's going to happen for the future, and I don't even have any idea how Godzilla vs. Kong is going to top this off because this is definitely the best Godzilla movie out there. Without a doubt, I think it beats all of the Toho movies with respect. I'm not trying to trash Toho or any Godzilla movie out there, but I think this movie honors every single Toho film, every single thing that Toho has worked for so hard over the past years. Now, guys, when you watch this movie, stay towards the end because there is end credit scenes. And I don't even know how Godzilla vs. Kong is going to overtake this or just top it off because I don't see any movie doing that anymore. I think the director has to play this very well. I just really hope that this movie actually does well with the box office and selling a lot because it depends whether or not we get more Godzilla for the future. And Toho, I want Toho to actually see that yes, it is possible that we can do a Godzilla movie with their monsters in the correct way with respect because I know that Toho, they don't really give out the monsters that easily because, they're like treasure to them. And Michael Dougherty, like I told you, he did everything with respect. You can tell that guy is a big Godzilla fan. He went back to watch every single Godzilla movie and he went back to analyze everything. He was learning as he went on, and I think this just proves that if you give the right director to make a Godzilla movie, he will make it very good with respect and everything as long as he knows what he's doing. And I couldn't be any more happier than Michael Dougherty because you can tell that his team, they all love Godzilla. You can tell that the team behind this, they are Godzilla fans. And I just hope that Toho realizes that it's okay to let us have more rights to other monsters. Like, I know a lot of people want to see Mechagodzilla, Biolante, Space Godzilla, Destroyer. They want to see more Titans or more Kaijus. And I hope that Toho realizes that it is possible for us to make cool and epic designs with a lot of honor to them and respect, that they won't be so drastically different where it's like, what is that? That's not even Ghidorah, that's not Godzilla, that's not who we created. I want them to realize that it is possible for us to create a good design and tell a good story with respect. And I think Michael Dougherty deliver on every single thing. And what can I say, guys? Like, I really want to talk about spoilers, but I have to keep it minimal